Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. I'm Antonella Quinto, and I am a PhD student at the University of Enna, Core. Today, I'm going to talk about a study carried out by our research group of the University Core of Enna in southern Italy. In Italian elementary schools, the physical education teacher follow the national guides of 2012 to build their educational proposal. It is an essential text and a reference framework for teaching and learning standards. It states that physical education promotes cognitive, social, cultural, and emotional experiences. But despite this, a teacher-centered approach is traditionally adopted in schools, and students only assume a passive role. In addition, the use of a model-based approach is rare. Probably this is a result of the teacher specialized lack in this type of school. In fact, only in September 2022 was introduced the graduate in motor science to teach physical education to children of the last class. So for this reason, today more than ever, in Italy we must move from an isolated teaching of technical skills to a model-based approach that offer precise objectives and strategies and support a new physical education teacher. With this aim, our research team is promoting several studies. For example, to examine the effect of an instructional plan based on a tactical games model on the global volleyball performances of elementary school students, taking into account their initial skill level, is the aim of one of these researches. In this case, 36 children, 9 and 10 years old, were involved in a longitudinal study of 6 months long. They followed a physical education process developed according to the tactical games model, and their game performance level were assessed using the game performance assessment instrument. In particular, all children were enrolled in 2 physical education lessons per week, with each lesson lasting 1 hour. Data were collected through a pre-test before the instructional period began, a post-test when the instructional period ended, and a retention test after the summer vacation. In particular, the first test was used to define the start level of each student. Following the indication provided by Mitchell and colleagues, every training proposal was taking into account 3 basics: the use of adapting the game situation in form of small-sided games, the development of skill competencies related to tactical and also to technical skills. Specifically, each lesson had the following scheme: Game 1, 15 minutes long; questioning, 5 minutes long; practical task, 15 minutes long; Game 2, 15 games long; and finally, closure, 10 minutes long. Game 1 was used to introduce children to the tactical problem of the lesson. Questioning was a dialogue made of questions and answers regarding the skill needed to solve the tactical problem. Practical task trained the technical skills needed to adequately respond to the tactical problem of the lesson. And during the game 2, the teacher designs situated games that allow students to use the acquired skills and knowledge. Finally, closure consisted of another phase of questions and answers. The assessment of students' learning was performed by means of the Game Performance Assessment instrument. It is a tool proposed and validated by Oslin, Mitchell, and Griffin in 1998. The authors developed this tool based on 7 indices able to represent the overall learning level of the individual student. On this slide, there are all the indices used in our study. By their sum, we obtained an overall score of each student's performance. This score is called K Performance Index. An hierarchical K-means cluster method was used to determine 3 skill levels group, lower, medium, and high, using the decision-making index and the skill execution index data at the pretest assessment. Repeated measure ANOVA was used to compare the students' performances across the 3 assessments. Within and between groups and interaction effect were significant, with medium effect for each result. Post-hoc analysis showed significant effects ranging from very high to medium for the intervention throughout the study. As you can see, interaction significant improvements were estimated from lower and medium skilled students, from pre to post-intervention, but these improvements were reduced in amplitude after the summer vacation. A ceiling effect was recorded for the learning process of high-skilled students. In conclusion, this study allowed us to underline the possibility of implementing a model-based approach, like the tactical games model, in elementary schools. This model effectively guides the teacher during the construction and application of well-functioning educational proposals. During this process, the study's results also underline the need to give importance of the starting level of each student and at the same time on the decrease in skills during the summer vacation. Griffin and colleagues argue the possibility of highlighting positive skill transfer between similar tactical games. For this reason, in the future, our research group wants to develop research projects based on multi-sports proposal. Thanks for reading.